All right. Welcome.
Different app. You have to download the app and everything.
We are with Limberlost. What is going on, guys?
What's happening? There's not a lot of.
Oh, I am on.
He says
everyone's here.
Shauna said, I think you're going to have the whole band because they have band practice tonight. So I'm like, oh, sweet.
There we go.
So I just want to kind of introduce ourselves. And my name is Randy. I am in Oklahoma City.
Hey, Randy, nice to meet you.
I'm Ashton, and I'm in Piedmont, Oklahoma.
And I'm John. I'm in Topeka, Kansas.
Oh.
This way, guys.
Yeah.
Only one person has a speaker on.
Do we always want to go on the room?
I think they got too many speakers going in one room.
Yeah.
Are y'all in the same place?
I think let's do that. I'm gonna get out of here.
We're trying to be cute here and it's working.
Because we could just all get into one.
Look at that.
Hold on, let me get that. Put on the wide angle.
Maybe there's like another bar. Yeah, that'll work.
Looks like we're setting you up for a photo shoot. This is great.
Right. Oh, there's more.
How do I open this up? You're in the studio. Except all cookies.
Covering everybody up.
Look at that. There's everybody.
The girls, you're in the middle. The girls,
Yeah.
we have to see the damn farmer.
You're so tired.
All right.
I think it might be Devin's phone echoing.
Devin. I have no sound.
Was it mine?
Probably.
Okay, try it now.
They're both muted. They're all
Oh,
muted.
they're all muted.
Everybody's muted.
Good.
Okay. Well, this is fun.
We're getting a really weird deal.
Something like this happens every single time, but it's usually on my side.
We have to have our guests fix our own equipment.
Hey, just last week.
Oh, that's cute. Maybe it's just this is
I don't think it's my phone.
I don't know what that is, but it's awful.
Yeah, I'm strong. Get off.
Okay.
maybe just
Okay.
happening.
Okay, I think it was
That
Devin's phone. Yeah, it was Devin's phone. I muted him.
Yeah. Everything up. May as well take communications in.
No, but you're out of the frame. You
Yeah,
need to get back up. You
Yep.
need to stay right there.
So
All right, I think we are ready. Goodness.
So where
Hello.
are we located?
On a patio.
The patio.
Fair enough.
That's the best
We're all
answer
in
ever.
Washington. Yeah. Don't ask me where. You got to talk to these people about where these are.
Puyallup, Washington. South Hill to be exact.
South Hill.
Represent.
Nice.
Was it Western Washington?
We're down with the PU.
Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, you guys look like you are a blast. So, is this where y'all are going to be practicing tonight?
Yes, sir. It is.
All right.
Right here.
Next few weeks.
Sweet action. So, I want to talk a little bit about Rock on the Locks Festival. What is going on with that? And who are you most excited to play with?
Myself.
Don't go back, even if you have a pass. Don't go backstage.
Dude, I had that coming.
There's some great band. Their Third Eye Blind's going to be there. Dirty Honey. We played with those guys before about a year or two ago. Gosh, there's some great bands there. Dorothy's there. We played with Dorothy. Yeah,
Dorothy.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool festival. It's our first year to this one. So yeah, it's down in Oregon.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah, and that's going to be September 26th through the 28th, and I think you guys play on the 28th, correct?
Yeah, we're on the last day. We're on the 28th.
Sweet.
Appreciate the best for last, apparently.
That's right.
Ain't that how it always is? Right? Come on now.
Got to send them out right.
Oh my.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we have
My
got
phone.
too many phones.
My phone. That one was me.
That's good stuff. So two female vocalists in this band.
And Mike.
Do you guys fight it out, or is it pretty well, you get this one, you get this one, or how does that dynamic work?
You should see the brawls. It's
Oh
awesome.
yeah.
We've actually got a little mud pit in the rehearsal room.
Yeah.
Yellow wrestling match.
Backhand. Yeah. So.
No, neither of us really. I think none of it's been fighting. It's just been like, what do you want to do? What feels good to sing? What sounds good? So let's just kind of see what works best.
Yeah. It's easy actually. That's what's really fun about it all is it's about the music and it's about the stage show, and so it's not about any ego. And I think what's really cool with this group of people is that we're able to keep our egos out the door at least. So it's fun. Sorry, I'm looking at this awesome dog.
Yeah,
So
there's a
cute.
dog over here.
The ball.
We love dogs.
Fortunately, our egos are so big they won't fit through the door, so we just
So we leave
That's
them.
right.
We leave
They-
them outside.
So we practice on the patio.
Oh my goodness, that's really cool. So you're also trained in opera. What led you ladies to rock and roll?
Well, for me, this was actually why I got into opera.
Okay.
So when I was a teenager, I loved Evanescence. And so that was kind of like women can do this. And then I wanted to do this, and then parents said you have to go to college. So I went and said, okay, I'm going to go for singing, and then was kind of funneled into the opera program.
Yep.
And here we are.
Yep. It's basically the same story. Because that's the thing. So 10 years ago, you couldn't get a degree in modern singing styles. If you wanted to if you wanted to pursue academic singing, you essentially were put into the realm of opera. So similarly, I followed the same path. I also really liked modern music. I was a songwriter. I did all kinds of stuff, and then for me, it was Italy. I did a summer program in Italy, and I got to the level where I was offered some roles, and I just really realized it's cutthroat and it's hard. And the most fun I had was going into the little karaoke place in Italy and singing and bringing the house down with the piano. And I'm like, you know what? So I moved to Seattle, and that's what I decided to pursue there. Was I wanted to do modern music, and then I fell with these cats. So it's been great. It's been kismet.
That's really cool. That's really cool. And we've got a father and son in the band as well, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
You guys,
and the grandfather.
There it is.
you guys, the father is one.
No, he likes to be in the middle. That's it.
You got to keep them separated.
So how did this happen? I mean, did you just fall in after your father?
We know where babies come from now.
Yeah,
I don't know
you
if
can.
Well,
the birds and the bees. Yeah.
You're giving us softballs here. You know.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just lobbing that shit.
I know. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, you can't take us anywhere. It's
Started
not
with,
bad.
started with a bottle of tequila, and then it moved on to Devin.
Now he's here.
Yeah.
Awesome. And he came out with a guitar. That's really cool.
I only want the background, Devin.
Yeah, that's what
Oh,
happened.
no.
That's how it went down. So now that you're up to speed,
So has there been any family quarrels or anything like that going, why are you playing it like that? Or come on, son, what's up?
Well, I usually have to correct his notes, but he usually knows he's in the wrong, so then he fixes it.
Devin's been, he was born with a guitar. I mean, he came out of the womb with a guitar in his hand. So, he's actually, even though he's way younger than I am, he's probably spent more time playing the guitar because he just never puts it down.
Mom must have been real happy of coming out with the guitar.
I was going to painful birth.
See, I can do this too.
It was probably pretty sharp.
At least it wasn't a bass. Okay.
Yeah.
Then it would have been late.
Boom.
Okay, all right.
God, I fucking quit.
Where are the rails and where did we fall off?
Oh, God. Ozzy sang it best.
Anyway, Devin he plays in Sin Circus as well. That's the band that he's had for Jesus, like 15 years now.
Yeah.
And they've been going strong for 15 years, and we also play together in a show called The King Alive in '85, and he plays guitar for that. And we've known the Limberlost gang here for about the same amount of time, 15 years, and just crossed paths with them many times.
All the time.
And, we've always got along good, and we always thought they were a good band. And when things kind of fell apart after their last tour, I got a call from Mike, and he said, "Hey, man, we're looking for a bass player and a guitar player to rebuild the band." And at the time, I mean, I'm kind of busy doing other things myself. I was just like, "Hey, well, send me the stuff." And I know a lot of people. I can, at least, find the right people for you. And he sent me the stuff, and I listened to it, and I was like, "Look, this stuff is pretty badass." And so I called my son. I was like, "Have you heard the new Limberlost stuff?" And he's like, "No, they've been trying to call me, but I haven't got back to him yet." So I sent him the files of the songs, and he calls me back about an hour later. He's like, "What the fuck? these guys grew up, and they wrote a fucking hit record." And so we discussed it between ourselves, and we were like, "Fuck, man, we should probably jump on this and be a part of the freight train." And so here we are.
Even if I didn't join the band, I still wanted to learn the solos because the solos were so tasty. I was just like, I'm gonna play these songs anyway, just for fun. And I was sending him videos doing the solos.
Yeah.
And eventually I was just like, yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Nice.
The world needs to hear it.
Well, I think Randy's got a little bit of a song of one of yours that was just released not too long ago. I'd like to say that I saw the little behind the scenes from Aliens, and that was probably the most fun thing to watch, is like the behind the scenes of a music video being made.
Hell
It was
yeah.
really awesome, and I appreciate that you guys did that.
All right, here we go. Limberlost with Alien.
The watchers and the wanderers hidden in plain sight. Try to break your chains and you'll reclaim your right. Don't you feel just a little bit alien? Don't it seem to make just a little bit of sense? Don't you feel just a little bit alien? Don't
conjure him just by looking at the moves.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were all just admiring
He's
Sammy's
like-
cleavage. In the
I wish we could have heard that conversation.
Right.
Damn it. We watch this again.
Okay, so are you ready? This is a little Easter egg only for you right here on Bleach Bangs. You heard it first. Every time you see cleavage in the music video, the next shot will be Steve.
It's magic.
Yeah, just editing. Magic.
He's always watching.
That's how we get our watch hours up, you know.
Right.
He's
always watching.
Oh my goodness. So
That is perfect.
That is the latest release off of what's going to be your full-length album from Beautiful Scars, which is going to be released June 13th, correct?
Friday.
15 days.
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
What could go wrong?
Nice,
Of course.
nice. Why didn't I even notice that? I was looking up, oh yeah, it's on Friday. That's really cool. Nice. So
On this hockey mask.
Yeah.
Next one, we're in hockey mask, guys.
All right.
All right.
so you've also got a they can go and pre-save and do all that good stuff. Where is the best place to go and do that?
Well, if you go on our website, that's probably the best way. It's limberlostmusic.com. You'll see a couple options there. You can get either the unsigned or the signed release pre-save there. We're actually offering a free pre-sale right now, and if you go in there and do that and use the code, all capital letters, Limberlost10, Limberlost10, all caps, you can put that in as a discount as you check out, and all you're going to pay is shipping, and we'll ship those things out the 6/9, I believe, is when we can start shipping those. So we'll be shipping them out the week as the song releases, and you'll get it right around the time it releases. And for those people that don't have CD players and going, yeah, you know, it's a beautiful CD. She did an amazing job on the artwork on that thing. But there's also a QR code inside that will allow you to get the whole album as a free download.
That's right.
That's
Oh, look
pretty
at that. You're on
cool,
the
actually.
scrolling purple bar there up at
Yeah.
the top. Yep,
Yeah.
you can click that. You can click any of those CDs. Type in that code Limberlost10, my friends, and you will get a free CD. Of course, we can't do anything about the shipping, so that's
Right.
there. You know, there it is, and you'd be helping an artist out, and you're gonna love it too. That's the other
Yeah.
thing. You're gonna love this. This is really good. Very proud of it.
That's amazing. My favorite four-letter word, free.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like that word too.
Right.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome. So, got a few dates going on the website. Are there any other plans that we are scoping out for the rest of 2025?
We're working on some
this
stuff.
looks good.
The first one that's coming up that's like on the books is the International Singer-Songwriter Association Awards.
Uh-huh.
We've been members of that for a long time. Actually won it a couple of times. We're actually up for some awards this year too. We're also going to be presenters, and this group, they don't know what the heck they're getting into. It's gonna be, but anyway,
Hand them all
so
a microphone.
that's out in Atlanta, Georgia. So we're going to go spend the day doing that. We're working on some dates from Houston, possibly into Florida around that. And
Nice.
so we'll be moving around down there. Our management, you probably know this, but our management is Paul Crosby,
Uh-huh.
the double platinum drummer from Saliva. He lives in Houston, so that's kind of where we film our vids, and we also have played down there several times. So we're planning on doing a little bit of that. We just haven't locked all those dates down. And then also when we get back up here for that Rock the Locks Festival, we're working on a couple dates in front of that. We'll be playing maybe a Seattle and a Portland show, and then on out to there. And then Bob's your uncle after that. We're working on some things that again, working with Paul, we do get a lot of opportunities thrown our way, and we'll be through those as this thing gets off the ground too. So, yeah, I would expect that you'll see us on tour quite a bit over the next 6 months.
Outstanding. Yeah, Paul is like on fire, or he's just like really pimping these bands out to us, because we've had so many of we've actually had Paul on here, as a matter of fact.
I'm sorry.
but yeah, it's you're like the fourth band from Paul that we've had on here, and it's not even intentional. It's like that's awesome.
He's a busy guy.
He's got a good stable.
So he's definitely doing what he's supposed to be doing. He's getting you out there. So kudos.
No, I think it was 2023 that you guys did a tour in the UK and Italy. How was that trip for you guys? And like, can I just be jealous overall?
Well, we have to start by saying we signed an NDA. So
yeah, there were some adventures there. Some of which even the NDA we just don't want to talk about even without the NDA. But
no, it's great, everybody. It was
yeah, it was fantastic.
It was awesome.
It really was.
It was really awesome.
All the challenges and stuff. It just made it even more special because it was an adventure. You know, it was just once in a lifetime. Well, hopefully not once in a lifetime, but at the time, it was certainly something that we'd never done before on that scale. And you know, playing some of the best venues in Ireland and the UK and in Italy, and having them be packed, and just traveling around, you know, in a bus for several weeks. Right. I think the other bands some of them were flying. Like when we went from London to Rome, they were looking at us going, "You're driving? What the hell is wrong?"
Like, hell yeah, we're going on a road trip through like France and Italy. And what are you doing? You're flying? Lame.
But yeah, it was great.
You're gonna miss all them sheep and those little roads and shit.
It was great.
It was
really awesome. It was actually just like a fun time, you know, like he was saying, every single show was just amazing and awesome. I mean, we had great people at the merch. We got to meet a lot of people. We got a lot of new fans there. And so we're definitely going back. We're 100% going back. And, you know, if we had to do it all over again, we would.
Sure.
We would do it again. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was great. I had a great time. You know, and we got to go in with a pretty high-powered individual. You know, it's very rare that you get your first trip like that and you're not playing, you know, for the 50 cap rooms and stuff. So I think it was a wise decision on our part to hold out for that trip. And you know, we went in on the back of a Titan, and we were beneficiaries of sold out shows everywhere we went. We got great press, and you know, it was a really good, and it also was a very eye-opening experience for us, because we came back and, you know, we started writing this album on that trip, and we came back and changed the direction of the band a little bit, and that's where we are today. So we all new membership, pretty much, mostly new membership, and you know, so yeah, it was a great trip. It was a catalyst for the things that are happening now.
I think I've said this before, but I think one of my favorite memories from the trip was actually having them bootleg T-shirts with our logo on it in Rome, just kind of coming out of the show, and they've got our T-shirts up on stands there. You know, like who are these people? Well, you know,
and we weren't the headliner, but our name was big.
Yeah,
that was the funniest part. For bootleg us, put our name bigger and like ahead of Ingve's. We were like, what? No.
We were out there. She's out there haggling with the guy, going, "Hey, we're the band. We get a deal."
Yeah, I did. I was like, okay. Siamo Limberlost. Okay. So they were like wanting to give us full price. I was like, yeah, I know what you pay for these. This is what I'm gonna pay because we're Limberlost. And the guy's like, he looked at us like,
see,
we're shutting you down. We are shutting you down.
No, I was like, it's fine that you're selling and you sold out, but I didn't. Like, whatever, it's fine. But you're giving me some of them shirts.
Hell yeah!
It's fun.
Yeah. That seems to always happen in South America. Every time you go to South America, as you pull up, there's already stands with your shirts, and you're just like,
same trademark and copyright laws we do.
Right,
No,
right.
they
You can't
don't.
even approach them on it.
Yeah.
You know? We were told that when Paul, that was one of the things he says. Yeah, you can't say nothing, man. There's no law against them doing that. And you can get in trouble for harassing them. So. You
So
know,
does that count as harassing when you're buying the shirts and?
Well,
Right.
I mean, of course, we toured. This guy's toured the world, so whatever we just experienced, there's nothing compared to what this guy.
We just
He's
follow.
kind of going, oh, you guys are cute.
You guys are so
Like this, okay?
He's like, they're gonna learn today.
Well, it's funny because before we left, he's one of the guys I called, and I chewed his brain for about an hour. It's like, hey, when you go over there, what do you do? What do you do this? And he's saying, oh yeah, we do it this way, we do it that. So it was good intel to have somebody like Steve who's done it already to go out, give me some tips, so I didn't totally crap the bed when we were over there.
We've got some really good
true.
kind of infrastructure for traveling, touring bands there. The Vans for Bands,
Yeah.
basically a whole fleet of vans, really nice vans to rent out to bands, and they show up stocked with all your rental equipment. And if you want to pay extra for a driver, you can do that, or just drive it yourself. I'm not aware of that kind of service here in the States, but it was great.
Yeah.
Oh, you do that? They just stole gear from that guy and put it on the back of that van.
Yeah.
Sold it
They're
to
called
Do
tour
they
bus guys.
come? Do they come stocked with shirts? Already?
We could have asked. They
Probably
could
could
have.
have. There's probably an industry over there.
There is.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Oh, wow. This is exciting. I cannot wait to see what you guys have ready for us, especially after Friday the 13th of next month. And how long is the? I hadn't seen the track list. Did you have the track list? How many songs were on this?
10.
10. All right. Solid. So,
Oh yeah.
What made you guys go full length album instead of like an EP or anything like that? There's this controversy of kicking it back to old school. Let's do a full album with 10 songs or just spoon feed these people EPs every once in a while.
Yeah. We get that a lot, actually. we got that from our manager. We got that from our distributor. We got our PR. Everybody that we've gotten is like, why are you doing it? Like, all these songs are so good. But see, there's a reason, actually. There's a lot of really good reasons. The first one is that the art of a concept album is, it shouldn't die. Didn't start with albums, it started with Schubert, so it shouldn't die. I don't see that as something that is going to go away. When you put a bunch of songs together that all have a flow from beginning to end, and they all kind of tell you a story, but they're not like a musical where it's like about the story. It's like a concept about it's an album about a concept. And so we saw it as living into that art form, as having that art form. And then the other thing was, it's clearly a new direction. So, if you were to go listen to Alien and really like it, and then you were to go listen to Old Limberlost, you might like it, but you're not going to really find something just like Alien. It's something as hard as Alien or as heavy as it. And so part of it too is also a move into the pivot of a little bit of our new sound, in such a way that rather than just give you a little bit of it, we're going to go, this is us. There it is. So our next album will be a little bit more the spoon fed, but this one lives as a whole concept.
Okay, well, that makes absolute sense. Yeah. Absolutely, yes. So is there anything that you guys would like to get out there to the world besides go and pre-save? And it's free. Come on.
Yeah, which Robert, you don't like free, then you're not American.
Or friends.
Tell your friends. Get free ones for your friends.
A human. You must be an alien.
Aliens are such cheapskates.
Yeah, those aliens, man. No, just we're always looking for new fans, of course. So yeah, go out there, check us out. You'll get more and more of the new material, like Brittany was saying. We will hopefully be releasing a new video here probably shortly after the album drops, and then actually Alien gets service to radio next week, I believe. So that's going to get out there in a much broader scope, and then all of a sudden you're going to see some, even though all the album's going to drop at once, we're still going to be going through the motions of single releases probably through the fall. We've got 4 or 5 of these that we've been told would do very well on radio, so we're going to kind of move in that direction. And then we've already got songs written for the next one, so not all of them, but we've got some of them, and so yeah, so we're
That's a
excited.
preview of our new song.
Very excited about it. Okay, you're gonna love it.
Just trust us.
That's the funny part. True.
But so yeah,
You know exactly which song.
Go to our website too. There's something else that's kind of cool on our website too. Is we have a section on there. We're not pumping it really hard right now because we're really working on this CD, and that's where we want people's minds, hearts, and dollars on that right now. But you can actually access. I think it's like $35 a month or something like that.
No, it's $35 for a year.
It's even better.
Yeah.
And get a whole back. You said you love the behind the scenes stuff that you got to see. How would you like to go and see our whole European tour with all the shenanigans?
All of it. We
And
pretty much filmed all of it.
Thing,
every show, all the behind the scenes.
Even the stuff Mom and Dad don't want to see.
Yeah, the crazy
all the
things,
pranks.
We may have to have you sign an NDA though if you're going to do that.
You've got Sammy's the vocal practice on there.
Bloopers.
The bloopers.
There's even more behind the scenes of Alien. There's a whole bunch of the filming of that and footage that is never, wasn't put in the video. So all of that you gain. See how there's that VIP right there on the website. You $35. And then you will get a thing in your email prompting you to make a password, and then you'll be able to sign in, and you get access to all of that. People who were VIP members also got to see the music video about 2 weeks ahead of time.
Very cool.
Oh wow, that'd be pretty sick.
So it's our own way of getting away from that whole Patreon thing, but that's our fan club. That's where we want our hardcores to go. We call them, join the lost ones.
Yeah.
Or as Tony likes to say, get lost.
Very cool.
T-shirts and wristlets.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. And it was absolutely a blast with you guys. I bet you guys are a trip out there on the road.
We're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out soon enough. But there's a warning label going on that bus. Trust me.
Send thoughts and prayers.
Yep.
Thoughts and prayers. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much, and have a great evening, man. It looks beautiful out there.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Very pretty. Thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Peace.
Take care.
See y'all later.
Bye.
Too cool. I love it. And so much that sounds like it's on its way. So awesome.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be insane. I'm ready for it.
Well, Randy, let's roll right into this. You want to switch the screen?
Yeah. Boom, boom.
Boom. What is happening, my brother?
Uh-oh.
Can't hear you.
Oh no.
Nothing.
Voice too beautiful. He broke his microphone.
We had to have something bad happen.
On both people, though? Both are sound problems.
Let's see. Nothing.
Hey, I hear
There it is. There it is.
All right. There we go.
Just hold
Too
the
many
cord
things
up.
plugged in at once.
Yeah, just hold the cord. It'll be okay.
We'll
Wiggle it.
make it work.
How's life? It's been a while.
It has been entirely too long. I don't feel like we need any introductions here.
Anybody else catching that echo?
Uh-oh, we have an echo?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hear it.
I'll mute in between. That could be me.
So first, I'm just gonna say, yeah, I'm pretty sure you know all of us. Ashton was just really little, probably the last time you saw it.
Yeah.
Oh God.
We first met in 2009. Let's catch up a little bit. Like, I know that you changed bands around 2013, and then catch us up to where you're at now with what's happening.
Yeah, I guess that's when it was. Dang, that feels like forever ago at this point. Yeah, post Wild Street, Juice and I did Awake in the Shadow. We had a short run with that, and not dissimilar from Wild Street. We were in the same boat of not finding permanent members as far as drummers and things go. So it just fizzled. And I didn't take anything on for a while as far as personal projects went, and just focused on engineering and recording and doing live sound, and that was it. And then I got the bug again, and pretty much, I think it was around like the end of COVID. So it was like 21-ish. I started writing, and the first song that I put out was the first song that I had written at the time. So I'd been sitting on it for the past 4 years, still debating whether or not I was going to do anything with it. And then my first single came out a week ago. So that's where we're at.
Let's talk about that first single, because I'm pretty sure, since we're there, Randy has a little clip of that for us to listen to.
I sure do.
Yeah.
It's called Into the Wind.
She never thought she'd be in this place. Dried salt on her lips from the kiss of the ocean mist, and the breeze upon her face. Cigarettes and booze helped to clear her head. Most days spent dreaming and screaming at night in the pillow on her bed. All cares, all worries, into the winds. Slow down, no hurry to get back here again. Trust the road, you're where you're supposed to be. All cares, all worries, into the winds. You never thought he'd be in this war. A struggle visible to the outside world, only through a crack in the door. Letters from home, keep them hanging on. Late nights been praying, trying to find the reason why.
God, there's so much to unwrap in that. Those lyrics are awesome.
Thanks. I appreciate that. It was kind of terrifying to step, out in the front with everything, because
that is so deep, and everybody goes through this, whether it's just in their head or what. Everybody just goes through that. So very relatable, and that's awesome.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, it was kind of like my motivation too within those lyrics, to just be like, just let it be. Trust the road that you're on, and if it's not the right one, you'll find the right one. You'll turn down the right one somewhere.
Yeah, stop trying to force shit that may not even be good for you.
Exactly. And sometimes you don't know it in the moment, Yeah. That's why you just got to trust it, and it'll find its way.
So you smack your face on the dead end sign.
That's right.
It's just like what I took from interviewing that last band. They went on they did a tour, and then they got back and they realized, I don't really like these people. And then they rebuilt, and it's the best thing going now. It's like, well, see, you had to go through that to get to this.
That's right. And then not very dissimilar from some of the Wild Street incarnations as well.
Right.
Figure those things out on the road, unfortunately. And sometimes a little too late.
So for you, going from that transition, because you guys toured a lot as Wild Street back in the day, so you were, as they call the road dogs back then. better or worse now that you're not on the road all the time?
In some ways, I miss being on the road. Like, I miss playing shows. I haven't played a show in years, but as far as personal life and personal growth, 100 times better. Health-wise better, mentally, physically, feeling better. But I just miss being on stage, of course. Like, that was where it's at. And I miss meeting people. And that was like most of the time that was more fun than the actual shows was, the hangouts after and, getting to know everybody.
Sleeping on my living room floor. Those
yeah. With three bands in your house. Yeah, that was a good time.
Oh my gosh.
It really was. Also, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but congratulations. About a month ago.
Yeah, a month tomorrow, actually. First kid, baby girl.
Oh yeah.
That is awesome.
Which is another thing that, thank goodness I'm off the road, because that led me down the path to finally being able to have a kid. And I can't imagine the people who, like, obviously people do it and people tour like crazy with kids, but I wouldn't want to, miss it. I'm dreading going back to work. I took this month off just to be here, and I'm not looking forward to going back to work next week.
I feel that.
Very understandable. I wanted to make sure that I was allowed to even say that. That's why I kind of let it for you to finish.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. That's very.
I was like, I don't know.
for Sergeant Sleaze to be respectful, but I appreciate it.
I mean, I've known you a long time, so.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Randy.
Oh, okay. I was just going to go through this list. I mean, you're a jack of everything music. We've got a producer, an engineer, a mastering, instrument editing and replacement, vocal editing, and of course, front of house engineer and live performance coachings. Out of all of those, what would you find the most fulfilling?
I think live sound has been kind of my passion over the last few years. It gets me close to being involved into what I was doing before, as far as playing and touring.
Makes
so you
sense.
get this different type of energy and anxiousness doing live sound that you don't get in the studio. I love the studio and I love producing bands and I love mixing records. But there's just something about like the possibility of things going wrong in the live setting that it keeps you on the edge that I actually kind of like.
That's true.
Absolutely. And if you were going to do a live performance coaching for someone with high anxiety or maybe an introvert, what would your advice be to that person?
I mean, I think my experience doing that has always been watching what they do and finding those moments that is truly them and letting them tap into that so that they feel the most comfortable. Because if you just close your eyes and take that moment and envision what you feel is the most perfect scenario, that sends you on the path to being like, okay, this is where I'm supposed to be. Because not everybody's performance coaching is going to be the same. Not everyone's going to be Freddie Mercury on stage or whatever it is. You have to find what's special about what you do in particular.
I love that. That's cool. All right. I didn't even know that was a thing, but that's really cool.
I don't do it often, but I've been brought in on occasion to like get bands prepped for a showcase for record labels and things like that. So it definitely is a thing.
That is pretty sick. That's handy to have too.
Hell yeah, in your safe space before you have to go out there in front of them, and it's just like, dude, do something with the bassist. Everybody's running around. He's just sitting there. Right? Do something. Tell him to go put his foot up on the kick drum or something.
Now, I assume I know where Randy read all that stuff, but there's also a giant list of musicians that you've worked with in some capacity, one way or the other. Can you tell us who your favorite one to work with was out of all of them out there that you've helped out?
I think the
That's a hard
most
one.
impactful one for me was, and it was a small performance. It was an intimate acoustic thing, but was with John Bon Jovi, because that was my childhood. That was my first concert. Like I was obsessed. That's what led me into music. So that was a huge one for me. I think that probably tops the list. There's a lot of special moments, but that one's up there.
And on the flip side, I will not ask you which one you hated to work with, because nobody ever wants to mention those things. So
I will say I didn't get along with the I can't remember his last name, Dave from the Eurythmics. I didn't get along with him so well. Everyone else, I don't really. It's most experiences aren't bad, especially the one-off ones, because you just go in, you know, as long as you have a smile on your face, it's an easy gig for the most part.
That makes sense.
That's cool. Yeah, Bon Jovi probably would have been mine too. Bon Jovi was my first concert as well. And
what year?
I was always a really big fan of Bon Jovi, and pretty much got me into it.
Yeah.
Well, Rick Springfield first, but
what year, Randy? He asked you a question.
Yeah, what year?
Oh, I'm just still talking. It was. Oh my gosh, what year was that? It had to be 91, 92,
Okay.
I believe. They had Skid Row with them.
That 89. That's the year I saw him.
89.
89.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
He already knows.
Yeah, that was when I seen him, because oddly enough, I worked with Sebastian Bach in the studio too, and I got to tell him, because technically he was the first. Skid Row would have been the first band I saw since they opened.
Right.
And I got
You're
to tell
right.
Sebastian
You're
that
right.
you were the very first band that I saw. I hadn't even turned 6 years old yet, and my mom took me to see him. Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, that's awesome.
That would be awesome.
That's really cool.
So what was your inspiration behind Into the Wind? Like overall, just for you to actually set yourself out there and do it?
I think I just got to the point where I was like, I don't care if anyone listens to it or likes it, and it's just like a creative outlet that I needed to, just to do. And I think like the motivation of having my daughter and stuff, where it was like 2025 is just a year of like kind of letting go and letting new experiences happen, and getting out of my own way about it. Because that's pretty much what it's been mostly, is just me standing in my own way to finish stuff. So it was hard for me to put it out, because it was hard for me to record the vocals and stuff for it. It's not like my forte. I'm not like a great singer, so it was hard for me to put that microscope on it the same way I do other records. But I just said, fuck it, like now's the time. I'm getting older too.
That don't help.
We are.
Got to tell people to get off my lawn.
Yeah, right.
God.
Well, for me, as soon as I saw it, I was like, because we talked a couple months ago about bringing you on just to catch up, really, and I was like, he has a new song. Like, why didn't he tell me he's got a new song coming out? Like, shoot, I'd have waited.
I didn't.
Things didn't.
To be honest, at the time, I didn't know there was going to be a new song.
Right on.
I finished it, and it was like, all right, let me try and get all this stuff together before my, wife gives birth. And it was like, let me film this, let me make this video, let me do all these things, let me take these pictures. I mean, my wife was, 9 months pregnant, out shooting photos with me. I'm like, you're a wild woman. But I was just like, let's just get it all done. So at the time, I was like, I had no idea. And I was like, you know what? Let's just do it.
Very cool. I want to
Better
say
late than never.
Over the years, there's been a lot of bands in our past, mine and Randy's probably, and Ashton was kind of there, but we kind of forced him into listening to stuff sometimes. I don't know, be awake, whatever it was. But even as some of these bands departed, split ways, their time ended, whatever happened, I always made that promise to myself that I was friends with those guys. It didn't matter which way they went. I wasn't choosing sides, and I would follow and support them in whatever they were doing. So I'm very happy to be able to do that with you now.
I appreciate that. I hope there doesn't seem to be sides to be chosen within Wild Street, but I guess it kind of that line got drawn in the sand.
Like I never know how that went. I never ask.
Yeah.
Don't ask, don't tell.
It went. We'll say that. I'm good. I'm still very close with a few of them. So I think Beck is probably going to play. If I end up playing shows, he'll play drums.
So, well, tell him I said hello as well.
I will.
And I still have a drumstick with his signature on it.
Nice.
Somewhere.
Yeah, he's the best.
I'm not going to go dig it out because it's in a drawer full of drumsticks, so I'd have to search. So I'm not going to do it.
It's a really sticky drawer.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Really?
Oh, that one was set up.
It was. That was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful.
Oh my God.
Hey, I think where can everybody go find your new release and to go follow anything that you're doing out there in the music world if they need your assistance? Best place to do the one-stop shop for you?
The website, alijhusson.com, or Instagram. I kind of link everything off of there. And I'm using my middle initial just because it's sort of helps separate all the other million Muslim names on Spotify with the because like
there was a lot.
Bob Smith of the Muslim community, so I tried to differentiate with at least a middle initial.
Right, something different.
Yeah, so that'd be the spot there. And you can hear some of the other stuff that I've worked on over the years. Silvertune being on top of there, which is Juice's band with the guys from Typo Negative.
Mm-hmm. A little bit of everything.
Heck yeah.
I need my glasses for that screen.
Yeah, I know.
I was trying to like lean in. I'm like, that's probably terrible. I'll stop.
Oh, you see his dry eyebrows.
Like, here's my face now.
Right.
I'm just reading. Sorry about that.
Well, on the plus side, it's in the comments, so if you want to go look at it later.
There we go. That's what I was looking for. Let's do this.
There it is.
Just waiting on me to hit go.
I was really. They're the tech people. I'm not at all. So
I can point and click.
I can point and click.
So, is there any like aspirations now that you got through one that you're gonna look to the future to maybe continuing down that path?
Yeah, actually, I have like a long EP's worth of material almost ready to go. The next song is pretty, I'd say 95% done. I just have to button some things up on the mix. And then I have like 6 others that just need me to do the vocals for, which is the hard, like I said, that's the hardest part for me. It takes me forever to get in that space. But the plan is maybe to just put one out every month or two, and then by the end of the year have them all compiled onto like a EP, and eventually maybe play a show. That would be great.
Play a show. Get in front of people.
Good old days.
Because otherwise it's just me tinkering in my studio. I recorded all the parts, like I did all of it, so it's different than what I'm used to.
Well, I will say I still have a couch, possibly even a spare bed these days. So, but it's a different house, so it's a new Twisted Diamond.
Yeah, don't go there. Don't go to the old one.
Don't go to the old one. No, you'll be very shocked.
Yeah, the Twisted Diamond was in its infancy whenever we first went there.
I know.
Just started that.
It's so different now.
It's bigger now, right? Yeah,
it is technically
bigger.
It really is. But anyway, is there anything else that you want to throw out to us that you have upcoming or out there that you find interesting that you want to tell the world about?
No, I think we've covered anything interesting I have going on in life right now. Babies, music, yeah, that's pretty much it. The baby has been my my world lately. No sleep, just baby.
right on.
Like for real. Randy?
Is that my cue to play us out?
I believe so.
All right.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
guys so
joining
much.
us.
Thank you, dude.
A good one.
Thank you so much.
We bang your ugly friends too.